Welcome back to Dr. Monica Nicole with me, Dr. Monica Nicole, the home of the deep thinkers. Okay, this is the place where we have conversations about shit that get deep. It get real deep, baby. Okay, we don't just stay on the surface because guess what? Nothing in this world is really surface level. It's always deeper. Even the actions that we take, they're not just actions that we're taking. They relate to a deeper subconscious truth that we have made an agreement with. And the longer you rock with me, the easier it becomes to understand it and to live in it. We have the ability to create and manifest our reality. And I know you may have heard that a lot in a lot of places, and you're like, I keep hearing it. I manifested you here. I have manifested all of you who have found me. I didn't do it by putting out this big call or putting out an ad or, I put out an energetic frequency. What is that energetic frequency? It starts with our personal internal design, our subconscious. One of my favorite books that I talk a lot about is The Kabbalion. It's actually time for me to listen to it again. I think I'm about to put it on while I do some work today. And one of the first, well, not one of the first principle is the universe is mental. Y'all, we are the universe. I am the universe. So if I am one with the universe and am the universe, everything that manifests in my life starts as a thought. It starts as a mental agreement, a mental perception. So this is why I speak a lot about not making agreements with things or making judgments of things too much because that can negatively affect your manifestations. Because once you make an agreement with something, you're signing a contract. So once I make an agreement that this is a bad person, the contract that I'm now sitting with aligns around that energy frequency that I've set. So I'm very careful about the judgments I make now. I'm very careful about the words that I say or speak over myself. I'm very careful with how I show up because everything that we are bringing into our life, the manner we're bringing it into our life, we're literally manifesting it first through our mind. And then it breaks off into different pieces. So everyone that we meet is a piece of us. Every one of you who are here listening right now is a piece of me. There will be those of you all who are a piece of me and who I am. There will be those of you all who are a piece of me of the energy of what I am walking into. There are those of you all who are pieces of me or energies of me of my growth. And this is how I handle even with relationships and connections with people. I used to have a really bad rejection wound, an abandonment wound. And this is why I get a lot into how your childhood trauma literally forms your subconscious mind and it creates your reality. But you can change that because what we believe today, most of it came from contracts that were made in our youth, experiences that we had in our youth that we either learned from other people or we learned through rejection or fear because we were never taught about mentalism. Have you? And shout out to the parents and things of that nature who are teaching their children these techniques at a young age because now you're showing, as you do that with your child, you're doing it for yourself. You live through yourself. And I see that even through like my relationship with my father. As my father and I's relationship and my other sister got healthier, his life expanded as well. And that's why I always say that men with daughters, if I ever see a man with daughters who is struggling, he is not in alignment with that energy good enough. No man with daughters should be struggling. If he's struggling, he is not doing by those daughters in a manner that is expanding their energy. But once he does, he has access to another aspect of the world. Same thing with mothers, but that's another conversation that I'll definitely do in another video. But when it comes to us creating our reality, we have to choose and really believe what is true and what's not true, what aligns with us and what doesn't align with us. We don't have to accept something that someone else tells us as being true. You don't have to accept it. You can shift your reality, your location, your spatial awareness to align with the reality of what you are creating. So for me, I realized that that false, like the American dream that they told us, it wasn't the reality that aligned with the self I wanted to live. So I had to let that go. And in me letting that go, I had to let go of all the contracts that I made that aligned with me building towards that American dream. We're all creating our realities every day. Have you ever had something happen where you thought of something and then someone comes up to you and says like literally exact same thing, or they communicate something that you were just asking for? We're always calling opportunities into us. If you're here, you manifested me in this space. We are always calling opportunities to us, new experiences. The future is always being written from our past because the only time that is real is the past and the present. The future is still being created. So, just like how we can schedule a meeting for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, that's a future schedule. It's not real. It can still change. It's an estimate. The only thing is real is how you decipher what has happened in the past and what's happening with you currently in your present. And so, this is why I show up to help others understand exactly where their subconscious energy is resting, where their subconscious energy is aligning. The people we get upset with, they're a manifestation of our anger inside of us. The things we fear is a manifestation of the aspect of fear within us. The people who we attract into our life is a manifestation of us. Yeah. And until we shift the energy within us that attracts certain outcomes, we'll find ourselves in similar spaces and places. So I want to hear from you all down below. Feel free to share an example of a time when you manifested something into your reality just by becoming it or thinking it or feeling it. Because it's not just a subconscious thought and mindset, it's about how we feel as well. That's more powerful than what we think. Because sometimes the mind can trick us if our subconscious is programmed to operate off of this operating system. A lot of times you have to go off of how does your body feel in relationship to that thing. And that's where many people fall off. And so I invite you to do that self reflection within yourself. And if you haven't already, check out my free subconscious archetype quiz that helps you get a better understanding of where you are subconsciously as a person. What is your primary subconscious archetype? And then you have the opportunity to get a personalized workbook that aligns with your subconscious frequency and type to help you with magnifying and evolving it. Because the first start is through awareness. It's through awareness. So I thank you all for being here. I thank you all for tapping in. Definitely make sure to check out my links and things down below. And if you are a business owner or you're looking to become a business owner, but you want to create a business that is fruitful, but it doesn't cause you to sell out, okay? And you don't want to burn out, check out my Substack down below, join, and enjoy the journey. I thank you all for being here. And I want you to remember that sometimes it really is that deep. It is. Keep thinking deep, deep thinkers. I do this every time trying to end this.